hours, and you can purchase your tickets at Dayton's ticket outlets or by phone with Visa or MasterCard. Just call 436-5028. Drum Beauty is presented by KSTP Television. We'll see you there.
If you think you need help with your reading skills, call the Basic Skills Hotline. In the metro area, dial 644-6631. Outside Minnesota, call 1-800-222-1990 during business hours.
You're watching KSTP-TV, Minnesota's News Channel 5.
Live from Minnesota's News Channel, KSTP Channel 5, this is Eyewitness News Morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's 6 o'clock. It is a Monday morning. I'm Wendy Lubovich.
And I'm Bob Bruce. The first thing we want to do is check up with meteorologist Bill Ramby, see what's happening. What is it going to be like when we step out the door this morning?
But what a nice Monday morning it is. That's the key to the weather this morning. Very comfortable outside. Winds have been light and temperatures quite mild overnight, generally low to mid-60s around. So really, it's very nice outside this morning. Clear skies, a big, almost full moon in the sky. Here's our current temperature, 64. The dew point is 57, 78% humidity. Winds are north at 7, and the skies, again, are clear. We'll have lots of sunshine this morning. If you like yesterday, you're going to like today. Sunshine this morning and partly cloudy this afternoon. More on that weather forecast about 5-6 minutes or so, but it's going to be very pleasant today.
All right, very good. Thanks, Bill.
Sure. Perfect summer weather. Leading the news this morning, jury selection will begin later in the Espionage court-martial of St. Paul Marine Sergeant Clayton Lontree. Authorities say it could take a few hours to a few days to question the 10 potential jurors. Lontree is being held at the Marine base in Quantico, Virginia, where last week he was released from solitary confinement. The former Moscow embassy guard is accused of passing U.S. secrets to the Soviets.
Well, today is the day Minnesota Superstorm victims can begin applying for federal disaster aid. 6 disaster relief centers are being set up. 3 of them will be open later this morning. The 6 counties declared as federal disaster areas by President Reagan are Carver, Dakota, Hennepin, Ramsey, Scott, and Washington. If you're a resident of one of those counties and you'd like to apply for funding to recoup from losses caused by the storm, you can go to one of the following locations. The 3 centers that open today are Washburn High School in Minneapolis, the Francis M. Grass Junior High School in West St. Paul, and the Osseo Junior High School in Maple Grove. Now, these 3 will be open today, tomorrow, and Wednesday from 10 in the morning until 7 in the evening. 2 other locations will be open later this week. They are the Creekside Center, that's in Bloomington, and the Eden Prairie High School. The 6th center will open a week from today, and that is the Eisenhower Community Center in Hopkins. Now, if you'd like more information, there is a toll-free number you can call, and that number is 1-800-422-6881. Now, Bob has some phone numbers for people who need help getting to those centers.
That's right, Wendy, and these numbers are for elderly citizens and disabled people who want to apply for disaster assistance but need a ride to one of the centers. For Carver County residents, you can simply call 448-3661. If you live in Scott County, you can call 445-7751 for a ride. In Hennepin County, residents can call 874-7339. And for people who live in Dakota, Washington, and Ramsey counties, you can call one of 2 numbers, 291-6784 or 291-4676. Disaster relief in the form of hay bales will arrive for drought-stricken Wisconsin farmers today. 100 tons of hay in 6 trucks left Alabama Saturday en route for Luck, Wisconsin. That's about an hour northeast of the Twin Cities. Their generous donation is in return for the hay Midwest farmers sent south during last summer's heat wave.
In other news this morning, Northwest Airlines is trying to put the heat on passengers who sell their free flight tickets. Those are the tickets consumers earn in the airline's frequent flyer program. Northwest says selling the tickets is illegal. But as Lindsay Strand reports, passengers say they're simply taking advantage of a new market created by Northwest.
You may have noticed the ads sprouting up in the newspaper, offers to buy and sell free coupons for air travel. And right next to them, another ad, a warning from Northwest that passengers with the so-called brokered tickets can be grounded. The 2 sides are locked in a battle over whether it is legal for the brokers to buy the free flight certificates and then sell them at a discounted price. Northwest spokesman Red Tyler claims the practice is illegal, although he will not specify just what law is broken.
It breaks a number of laws in states in the business community of buyer-seller relationship. You do not have the right to sell something that cannot be sold.
But this ticket broker insists he is practicing pure capitalism.
Selling of the coupons. The United States government, on the other hand, hasn't issued any laws against it. We pay taxes. We're a legitimate business. We're with the Chamber of Commerce. There's nothing that we do is illegal.
Northwest is now taking new steps to stop the brokering. Literature warning it is illegal. Certificate winners must now sign a statement promising they will not sell their free tickets, and if caught doing so, will pay Northwest for the ticket. And the mileage needed for a free ticket to Alaska has now doubled from 20 to 40,000 miles. Northwest hopes the changes will put the brokers out of business. If not, the company may put an end to the frequent flyer program. I'm Lindsay Strand reporting for Eyewitness News Morning.
Now, Northwest has also made a change in the free tickets passengers receive when they are bummed from a flight. Tyler says the airline will no longer allow those tickets to be transferred from one passenger to another.
Well, the kind of ticket one St. Paul City councilman is most interested in right now is a lottery ticket. DFL candidate Mike Scalzi says he wants to stop raising taxes in St. Paul and start a lottery instead. He's petitioning signatures in support of a lottery referendum on the November 4th ballot.
I can't see why anybody would say no to the lottery system, especially facing the type of taxation programs we have coming from the state, county, and the city.
But St. Paul Mayor George Latimer says there's at least one problem with Scalzi's plan. Municipalities do not have the power to start a lottery. Only the state legislature does.
The time right now is 6:06. It's 62 degrees on a Monday morning. If you're on your way to work and you can wait a couple of minutes, we'll tell you how the traffic is shaping up this morning.
Also coming up, we'll take a look in the mirror for the reflection of a 100-year history. We'll be right back.
If you don't feel guilty, it wasn't that good.
Hi, honey.
I ate all the Frusenglasche.
Frusenglasche, so creamy, so delicious.
And I'd do it again.
Enjoy the guilt.
Northtown Nissan in Friendly Fridley is your home for quality pre-owned cars and trucks with savings just like this. An 85 Plymouth Turismo 2.2. It's got a 5-speed air and sunroof for those hot days and nights. This is Mike's special, sale priced right now at $48.87 or 1% down, $149 a month. Or how about this one? An 81 Plymouth Reliant. It's got automatic, air, FM. Sale priced at $18.87, 1% down, $91 a month. Folks, that's only $3 a day at Northtown Nissan in Friendly Fridley.
Don't miss your bus. There's a better way. Now, from home or office, using any touch-tone phone, just dial CityLine 645-6060 and enter the category RIDE to find out the very next time to catch your bus. No busy signals, no hassles, just quick and easy access to MTC bus information now from CityLine. The call is free, so call 645-6060, enter RIDE, and get on schedule today with CityLine.
I'm Bob Bruce, and on the next Twin Cities Live, parents struggling to correct their children's obesity. Real answers or false hopes? Monday at 9 on Twin Cities Live. Absolutely perfect summer weather.
It was very nice yesterday, although I had a lot of complaints on Saturday, of course. People were saying, what's the deal now? It's raining out here. What's tomorrow going to be like? I said, no, don't worry. It'll be a nice day, and fortunately for me, it turned out nice.
I thought Saturday was
Fortunately for you.
It was kind of cloudy and rainy yesterday. 2.5 inches of rain overnight Saturday night. But it did clear out for Sunday, and if you liked yesterday, you'll like today. Currently outside, our temperature's down to 62. That's the low for the morning. The dew point is 57. North winds now 6 miles per hour, and the pressure is on the rise with a clear sky. Temperatures now across Minnesota and the eastern Dakotas and western Wisconsin. Coolest in the north, 51 this morning in Duluth, 53 up there in Bemidji, 51 in National Falls. But down the southern part of the state, generally lower 60s. Also Eau Claire is reading 61 degrees this morning. But notice out to the west of us, a little warmer here on 66, 65 in Watertown. That's some of the warmer air that'll spread in our direction. Take a look at the satellite loop, and you won't see many clouds around the Midwest here. Generally just clear skies, and we'll continue that way across much of the day. Lots of clear skies. Look down here. This is the remnants of a tropical depression, the second one of the season. We had one very early in the season. This one came ashore overnight. A lot of heavy rain falling in the western part of Louisiana, but really not going to affect most people in the country because it's going to die out and spread through the Tennessee Valley. How about us this afternoon? Well, like I said, we'll have lots of sunshine right around here. The western part of Minnesota, quite a few clouds scattered around, perhaps a few sprinkles, better chance of a scattered thundershower, northwest Minnesota and northeastern North Dakota. But with this warm front coming on up, temperatures will be coolest today all week long. 83 for our high today, but temperatures warmer. 95 for a high today in Pierre, and that warm air spreading in our direction. Our forecast for then midday, partly cloudy skies and around 77. Winds will be pretty light out of the northeast at midday, and this evening they'll be out of the east. About 5 to 15, afternoon dry, partly cloudy, 83, that's our predicted high for the day. Tonight's low temperature down to 65, perhaps an isolated thunderstorm late, but really about a 10% chance of that happening in the Twin Cities. Tomorrow's high temperature up to 86, it'll be breezy and a little more humid, but still a decent day, partly cloudy skies and some sunshine expected. I think the warming trend continuing into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, temperatures near 90 on those days.
You know, I think the rain Saturday night was sort of a welcomed relief. It was very nice.
It was a steady rain. It was a good rain. It didn't rain too hard. It rained hard, but it rained for about 3-4 hours or so. So it wasn't a gully washer that ran off.
As long as you have that breeze.
Yes.
You know, it can be 86, 87. As long as you have a little breeze and it's really comfortable.
That's Bob's tips to summer.
You get an A, Bill. Thanks, Bill. We're going to check in on the traffic right now with Marianne Sullivan. She likes a good rain, too. Good morning, Marianne.
You bet. Good morning, Wendy. And we have a green light on the system for this Monday morning. Traffic is really light to moderate across most of the metro. 694 across the River Bridge. Things beginning to build through the construction zone. 35W, still single lane, of course, from County Road I to County Road C. A couple of ramp closures in the area of Highway 10 and County Road H. And a problem, Highway 10 at University Avenue. Due to a power outage yesterday, the traffic lights are malfunctioning. They have it now as a four-way stop. Crews are going to be working throughout the morning to repair that. Try Highway 65 or 242 to avoid the heavy traffic. I'm Marianne Sullivan, Metro Traffic Control, reporting live for Eyewitness News.
All right, Marianne, looking ahead this week, on the agenda, a 100-year anniversary celebration at Stillwater Prison and testing for your children's health. Janelle Gabor has the details on what's coming up this week.
The Prison Mirror at Stillwater State Prison turns 100 years old today. The Mirror is the oldest prison newspaper to be continuously published. The paper was founded by 15 inmates, including 3 members of the Jesse James Gang. Hundreds of school-aged children from Minneapolis and St. Paul will be tested this month for lead in their blood. The first clinic will be held in St. Paul Tuesday. Lead poisoning can lead to a variety of illnesses, including brain damage. The testing was ordered by the state legislature because several locations in the Twin Cities have been identified as having abnormal amounts of lead in the soil.
The neighborhood watches.
Get ready for a block party against crime Tuesday if you live in Minneapolis. As part of National Night Out, the goal is to have some 500 block parties in Minneapolis. National Night Out is a nationwide crime prevention effort. It's held annually to send a message to criminals that neighbors are on the lookout for one another.
Last summer, a publishing company charged several Delano businesses for printing brochures. A year later, they have nothing to show for it.
Neil Murray, on your behalf, will tell us how that turned out this Thursday night on the Eyewitness News Update.
Get ready to say hello to St. Paul Center this Thursday. The grand opening of the city's newest retailing district will be marked with quite a celebration. It all begins at noon Thursday when Mayor Latimer pulls a ribbon off a giant surprise package. Bus passengers who cross the 99-year-old Marshall Avenue Bridge will be doing it differently starting Friday. They'll get off the number 21 Selby Lake bus and board vans for the ride across the bridge. The Transportation Department ordered buses and trucks off the bridge beginning August 14th. Janelle Gabor looking ahead for Eyewitness News Morning.
Pro football fans are happy the pros are back. They opened up the 1987 season at home and
4 straight over Oakland has the Twins catching pennant fever. Boy, sports is coming up.
Divorce. Wills.
Bankruptcy. Real estate.
Do you need legal help? Call Neff Law Firm, 831-6555.
Shoplifting.
Drunk driving.
Personal injury.
Criminal assault. Drug charges.
Adoption.
We can answer your questions and give the legal help you need at reasonable rates. Got a legal problem? Call Neff Law Firm, 831-6555.
At Wilkins Toyota, $39 down buys any new Toyota. That's right, $39 down at Wilkins Toyota delivers. A new 87 Tercel, $39 down, only $149 per month. A new 87 Corolla FX, Toyota's Pocket Rocket, $39 down, only $175 per month. A new 87 heavy-duty Toyota pickup, $39 down, only $149 per month. Wilkins Toyota, the home of the $39 deal. Dial Toyotas, Toyotas.
It's the most thrilling musical spectacle this year. It's Drum Beauty 87. Hello, everyone. I'm Ruth Spencer. 10 of the world's best drum and bugle corps will compete on Monday night, August the 10th at Parade Stadium, and then on Tuesday, August 11th in Stillwater. Reserved seats are $9, and you can purchase your tickets at Dayton's ticket outlets or by phone with Visa or MasterCard. Just call 436-5028. Drum Beauty is presented by KSTP Television. We'll see you there.
Ed Carrio is here to
Relax,
tell us all
relax.
about sports. I do have pen and fever. You know, I was at the game yesterday.
About Drum Beauty.
Well, that too. No, I was at the game yesterday with my father. We had seats right behind.
Did you get
home
freeze?
base. No, we didn't. We paid hard, cold cash.
Well, they must be getting good. Somebody paid to go to the game. Somebody from media paid to go to the game.
Ed, come on.
Hey, the Twins are hot. Yeah. They really are. They swept the 4-game Oakland series with a 3.5-game lead now in the American West. The last game in that series yesterday finished 7-5 Twins, and the Twins made the hometown ballpark the Homer Dome for sure. Kent Herbeck with the first of 4, his 27th. 3-1 Twins. Oakland tightened up to trail by 1 when Tom Bernansky nailed his 23rd of the season. It was 4-2. Bert Blyleven, the beneficiary of all this. Bert worked 6 innings, got his 11th win. See you, Reggie. Catcher Tim Laudner hit his 14th homer in the 6th. Gary Gaetti hit this, his 23rd in the 8th. The Twins complete the sweep, lead the West by 3.5 over California. Angels will be in here tomorrow night to start a 3-game series. The other scores in the American, California a winner yesterday. So was Kansas City. Those are the numbers of games those teams are back of the Twins. Baltimore beat Texas. Milwaukee doubled up on Chicago. Toronto by 4 over Cleveland. Detroit whomped New York. That bears looking at, if only because it dumped the Yankees out of first place in the American East. Larry Herndon's double broke a 2-run tie in the 3rd. And then things got careless. Back-to-back wild pitches helping produce a 9-run 4th for Detroit. Yankee catcher Rick Cerrone made his second relief appearance of the season. The Yankees slipped a half game back at Toronto after losing to Detroit 3 times in 4 days. San Francisco doubled up on Cincinnati. They're within a game of the Reds in the West. In San Diego down Houston, Philadelphia over St. Louis. 14 innings there. Chicago beat New York. Pittsburgh down Montreal. Los Angeles over Atlanta. Another European marketing scam for the National Football League in the form of the Rams and the Broncos at Wembley Stadium. In the 4th quarter, the lead changed for the 5th time when Tim Tyrell gave the Rams the lead with 6 minutes left. But with less than 2 to go, Elway backup Gary Kubiak connected with rookie Ricky Natel, and Denver led it 27-21. But Charles White sealed it for the Rams with just 28 seconds left in the game, and the Sheep beat the Horses, and England 28-27. And the Vikings broke their training regimen for a passing scrimmage at the Metrodome last night. They'll take on New Orleans Friday in their first exhibition game of '87. John McEnroe got a start on reclaiming his #1 ranking in tennis from the man who took it, but the rest of that reclamation project was put off until today. McEnroe got his final match started against Ivan Lendl, but rain intervened in Vermont, and the Volvo International was postponed until today. Mac won the first set in a tiebreaker. Lendl leads the second 4-1, but hang on, Ivan, because it's going to be rough going.
Vermont, huh? Okay, thanks, Ed. The time right now is 6:18 at 62 degrees on this Monday morning. Coming up on Eyewitness News Morning, meteorologist Bill Ranby has a look at the day's weather forecast.
And we'll take a look at some of the top stories in the news. That's next on Eyewitness News Morning.
Minnesota's only 5-star Ford dealer brings you the clearance sale of the year. Here at Bob Carter Ford, every 1987 car on our lot is sale priced. Escorts priced from under $6,900. Tempos starting for under $7,400. Drive a new Taurus for under $10,700. And that's just the beginning. All prices are clearly marked, no hassle, no haggling, just the best values of the year. Here at Bob Carter Ford, 7 minutes east of the airport at the new 494 in South Robert in Inver Grove Heights.
Looking back at quality Kmart portraits is like traveling through time.
His button knows her first party dress. And right now, you can save your memories and save $7 on your 21 portrait package. You get 2 8x10s, 3 5x7s, 15 wallets, and a giant 10x13 wall portrait, all for just $12.95. So save your memories and save $7 on your professional portrait package this week at Kmart.
What was your experience the last time you flew on a major airline? Were there foul-ups and delays and frustrations? On the next Oprah Winfrey Show, angry travelers meet one-on-one with the heads of the major airlines to get answers to their questions. Why does it sometimes take longer to get from one American city to another than it would to fly to Europe? Frustrated air travelers speak out on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
Monday afternoon at 4 on Channel 5.
Morning at 6:20 and 62 degrees in the Twin Cities. Let's check on the traffic conditions now over at Metro Traffic Control with Marianne Sullivan. Marianne?
And good morning. We'll keep that green light on the system as traffic continues to move smoothly. Highway 36 on the build between 35W and 35E, but holding at the posted speed limits through there. And good news for one construction zone, Snelling Avenue between Highway 36 and Pierce Butler. You're now going to find all lanes open both directions, and Highway 36 eastbound, the ramp to Snelling Avenue southbound is open. It's open at Larpenter and County Road B. Traffic moving smoothly through there this morning. Over on the west end, County Road 18 southbound between 36th Avenue North and Highway 12, traffic moderate and holding at the posted speed limits. And in fact, we are moving at the posteds for most of the system for early this Monday morning. I'm Marianne Sullivan, Metro Traffic Control, reporting live for Eyewitness News.
Now, if you felt a little uneasy last night, didn't really get a good night's sleep, probably a good reason why.
That's right. It was that full sturgeon.
Full sturgeon moon, right?
What do you mean full sturgeon moon?
That's what it's called. According to the Farmer's Almanac, they have names for each of this. Sometimes they're the full pink moon or the full flower moon. This was the full sturgeon moon overnight. Well, we continue. How do you go from that to this? I don't know. But at any rate, the week ahead is going to be a summer-like week, and that's where we're starting off this morning. Although comfortable, it'll be mild and pleasant for the early part of the week from the Midwest right across the Ohio Valley. A couple of slow-moving low-pressure areas will provide the only thunderstorm activity. One, a tropical depression moving onshore this morning, giving some rainfall to Louisiana and into Arkansas. Also another one in New England. Some scattered thunderstorm activity the early part of the week. But generally, pretty nice conditions across the country, although it will be quite hot in most of the south and southwest. Temperatures near 100 across much of Texas. And now the week ahead for Wednesday through Friday is going to see continued hot and humid conditions through much of the eastern half of the country, and some of that warm air making its way up right to southern Minnesota. We will see a scattering of thunderstorms, but generally warmer temperatures than we're seeing right now. Our current conditions outside are about as cool as they'll be all week. 62 degrees right now. The dew point is 57, 84% humidity. Winds are north at 6, and again, clear skies. High temperatures today across the Midwest will be on the pleasant side, generally 80s, lower 80s here in the Twin Cities, but upper 80s southwestern Minnesota and 90s not too far away. The real hot air should stay in the southwest and the southeast for today, but again, this warming trend spreading mild air across the Midwest. Here's our forecast then for midday, calling for, again, partly cloudy and 77 at midday. This afternoon, our drive time temperature, 83 degrees. And again, partly cloudy skies. Tonight, our low down to 65, partly cloudy, a slight chance of a thunderstorm late, 1 in 10 chance. Tomorrow's high up to about 86, though breezy and a little more humid with partly cloudy skies. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, a slight chance of a thunderstorm on Wednesday and Thursday. Better chance on Friday, but temperatures, look at that, lows around 70. And highs perhaps near 90. Get the air conditioners ready.
Turn it back on. All right, thanks, Bill.
Sure.
We're going to look at the top stories on this Monday morning. The second convoy of reflagged Kuwaiti tankers is making its way up the Persian Gulf this morning. Sources say one of the 3 ships is leading the convoy, looking for mines, which Iranian officials say will remain in the waters as long as the superpowers stay in that region. Scattered violence has been reported in South Africa as gold and coal miners begin a massive strike. The strike by 75,000 unionized workers threatens to cripple South Africa's leading export industry. The workers are demanding a 30% pay hike. And in Philadelphia this morning, police are looking for a man who nailed shut the front door of his apartment with at least 6 bodies in various stages of decomposition inside. The skeletal remains of a possible 7th person were also found inside.
Coming up on 24 minutes after 6 o'clock, temperature still holding steady at 62 degrees. And coming up, health news from Dr. Michael Breen.
And today we'll learn of a new technique to help paralyzed muscles regain movement. That's ahead.
Cacciatore, a la King, Tetrazzini, Amandine, Kiev. Classic meals, the lighter, leaner, more convenient dishes we're eating today, all made with white meat. But the white meat these classics are made with isn't chicken or fish. It's pork. Pork, the other white meat.
Here at Towsley Ford, we're having a hail of a time.
It's not funny.
Well, I know, but it's better to grin and bear it.
A recent hailstorm did over $100,000 in damage to many Subarus here at Towsley Subaru.
And to many Ford cars and trucks here at Towsley Ford.
Whatever we've saved from the insurance, you save when you buy one of these slightly hail-damaged cars.
Now, all damaged units are clearly marked with the biggest discounts we've ever shown.
Some have little damage, but big savings at Towsley Subaru.
And Towsley Ford, White Bear Lake.
The old saying, the early bird catches the worm, certainly applies to this week's incredible kid. Benji Stone is a 12-year-old getting a head start on his future by running his own graphics business. Benji's been working full-time all through the summer, designing custom graphics and then selling them to his clients. So please join me, Ruth Spencer, this Wednesday at 6 when we meet Benji Stone, and we'll find out what makes such a young man work so very hard. That's Incredible Kids on Eyewitness News.
Degrees outside. Good morning. A new medical treatment is offering some spinal cord patients the hope of regaining movement in paralyzed muscles. The treatment originated in Canada, and it uses electricity to stimulate muscles. As Dr. Michael Breen tells us, Minnesota researchers are testing the technique for the first time in this country.
Scott Balkos has been in a wheelchair for 11 years, ever since he fell 30 feet off a cliff and broke his spine. But Balkos, the father of 5, hasn't given up hope that someday he'll walk again.
Well, I feel if I, die of old age, I expect to die walking. Put it that way.
To help that dream someday come true, Scott's part of a new research study. First, researchers put electrodes on the triceps muscles of his arms.
Okay, Scott, you ready to go? Here we go.
Those paralyzed muscles are then shocked with electricity every 5 seconds.
They cause a little tingle, but there's no pain.
The purpose of those jolts is to unmask nerve fibers from the brain that are still making it to Scott's paralyzed muscles. Almost all spinal cord injuries spare some fibers. That because they don't cut the entire cord. But the theory is those fibers become dormant. In Montreal, researchers found electrical stimulation unmasked those dormant fibers. The result, patients regained some control of muscles that had been totally paralyzed.
This is the first step to show that you can produce some increased functional activity in muscle groups that up until now have been termed as completely paralyzed.
The patients in Montreal did have voluntary contractions, but they also had relatively recent spinal cord injuries. The question now is whether that same result can be obtained in the far greater number of patients whose injuries occurred years ago. That's the question researchers here at the University of Minnesota are now trying to answer. If patients like Scott can regain control of their arm muscles, the next step will be to increase the strength of that control.
To be able to transfer myself without assistance from a wheelchair into a bed or into and out of an automobile and that sort of thing.
It's not walking, but it is an important first step. After all, a few years ago, who would have guessed patients could ever get any control over muscles that had been totally paralyzed? I'm Dr. Michael Breen, reporting for Eyewitness News Morning.
The time right now is 6:28, and it's 62 degrees. Kind of a nice Monday morning. Full moon last night. Still ahead, another check on the day's weather and traffic conditions.
And a little later on, we'll tell you about a crackdown to keep boaters from driving drunk in Wisconsin. Stay with us.
For over 20 years, Bradley Exterminating Company has been providing quality exterminating services for fine homes, apartments, and businesses. And now, due to popular demand, we've also developed a complete line of quality products for the do-it-yourselfer. All Bradley Exterminating products are easy to use and packed with exterminator punch to get the job done fast. When you have a pest problem, look for a Bradley display in a store near you. Bradley Exterminating Products. They work for exterminators, they'll work for you.
Available at Coast to Coast North St. Paul and Grand Avenue Ace.
Aircom knows your phone system is one of the most important assets your company can have. If you have the features you really need, and if you can add or subtract features as your needs change or new technology becomes available. That's why Aircom offers the completeness and flexibility of a Centron communication system from Northwestern Bell. Call 457-0543. Ask us about Centron. Aircom Incorporated, your authorized Northwestern Bell agent.
We've got your next car or truck for no money down at Metro Mazda BMW. I'll say it again, no money down. It's our year-end sell-off and everything's got to go, new and used, to make room for the 88s. Take a look at this 1985 Honda Accord. It is loaded, no money down, $179 a month, and that's not all. A 1984 Mazda 626LX, no money down, $169 a month. Can you believe it? Come in and see us. Metro Mazda BMW, University Avenue, across from Ward's on the Midway.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. It's a Monday morning. It's 6:30 exactly, and it's about, what, 62 degrees?
Very pleasant outside. In the next half hour of Eyewitness News Morning, federal disaster relief centers will open up today. Victims of the Superstorm can begin applying for aid. And the President's special envoy to Vietnam, General John Vesey, will brief the President on the increased search for MIAs.
And this morning's Snapshots feature introduces us to the Funsters, a group of special men doing a special job for kids who need them the most. But first, we're going to tell you all about the traffic with Marianne Sullivan. Good morning, Marianne.
Good morning, Wendy. We still have the green light on the system. Traffic moving smoothly on Highway 36 between 35W and 35E, moving now between 50 and 55 miles per hour. Again, the construction continues 35W from County Road I to County Road C, and you're still going to find that single lane and some moderately heavy traffic, so stay on the alternate routes to avoid that. 494 between Cedar Avenue and 35W, traffic on the build this morning and moving now at 50 miles per hour. I'm Marianne Sullivan, Metro Traffic Control, reporting live for Eyewitness News.
Well, we've talked about the full moon. What about, have we done Flyaway yet?
We haven't done yet, but that's this time every morning.
For people fortunate enough to be going somewhere, you know?
Well, yeah, or you can stay here because it'll be very nice right here in the Twin Cities. But
great.
This is for you home travelers, because if you are planning to travel, you'll want to know what it's like around the country. First, our weather outside this morning. It is 62 degrees. The dew point is 57, 84% humidity. Winds are north at 6, and the pressure rising a little bit, but skies are clear. Again, we'll see very pleasant conditions across the upper Midwest today. Lots of sunshine around here. Chicago should be a nice travel spot, about 80 and sunny there. Out to the west, Spokane, about 85 and sunny. Low of about 56. Los Angeles, warmer inland, cooler near the beach, but we'll say 83 degrees for a temperature. It's real hot in the desert southwest. Now, traveling to the south, real humid, real sticky, and perhaps a thunderstorm delay around Louisiana. If you're traveling to New Orleans or possibly Jackson, Mississippi, maybe even Little Rock, Arkansas, a tropical depression on shore there causing heavy rainfall today across much of the lower Mississippi Valley. Possibly some thunderstorms in the northeast could cause a few delays out there too, but generally a nice day countrywide except for these two spots, the Gulf Coast and in the northeast. Check the satellite loop and you'll see that tropical depression moving on shore right down here. It's really not moving very fast, so they could have some locally heavy rains, perhaps as much as 4 to 5 inches across western Louisiana. But you see across the Midwest, not a lot happening. These scattered thunderstorms may make it in here perhaps by Tuesday night and Wednesday, but again, they're quite a ways off at the present time. Here's this afternoon, warm front coming into western Minnesota, lower 80s here. Real cool on the North Shore, 68 in Duluth, 70 at Thunder Bay, real pleasant right along the shore. Out to the west of us, though, there's the warm air coming in, temperatures in the 90s across South Dakota. Here's our forecast then for midday, calling for partly cloudy and 77. Northeast winds about 5 to 15 miles an hour. Our high about 83. That'll occur at drive time, partly cloudy skies still. And then for tonight, our low temperature down to 65, partly cloudy skies and a slight chance of a thunderstorm real late tonight. Our forecast then for tomorrow, 86, partly cloudy, breezy, and more humid. Here's our allergy alert pollen forecast. It's been in the moderate level, and it is forecast to stay in the moderate level for today. So not too bad. That's mostly ragweed pollen.
Good, good. Thank you, Phil. Okay. Residents of the 6 counties declared disaster areas following the Superstorm will be able to seek federal disaster relief today. A total of 6 disaster relief centers will be set up for people living in Carver, Dakota, Hennepin, Ramsey, Scott, and Washington counties. 3 of those will open today. Washburn High School in Minneapolis, the Francis M. Grass Junior High School in West St. Paul, and Osseo Junior High School in Maple Grove. The centers will open from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. today through Wednesday. Other locations will be opening later this week.
The trial of former Moscow embassy guard Clayton Lonetree continues this morning. Jury selection will begin in Quantico, Virginia, in the court-martial trial of the Marine Sergeant and St. Paul native. Lonetree is charged with passing U.S. secrets to the KGB through his Soviet lover. Authorities say it could take anywhere from a few hours to a few days to question the 10 potential jurors. In California, a car carrying 5 family members plunged into a Sacramento river. 2 adults and 2 children were found dead in the submerged car. A 12-year-old boy survived after he was thrown from the station wagon as it was falling from the bridge. The car fell from a drawbridge spanning a slough of the Sacramento River. The 3-week search near Comfort, Texas for a 17-year-old in the Guadalupe River has ended. The boy's father called off the search yesterday. The youth is presumed to be the 10th person killed July 16th when a bus and van got caught by a flash flood. The official search for the 17-year-old was called off a few weeks ago, but volunteers had continued to look daily.
3 Kuwaiti oil tankers under the American flag and the United States Navy's protection are continuing their journey into the Persian Gulf. The tankers, along with the Navy convoy, should arrive at Kuwait's main offshore terminal later today. The convoy is said to have 1 ship running interference on the lookout for mines, while the rest have turned off all lights and radios. The convoy has good reason to take precautions. Defense Secretary Caspar Weinberger says that U.S. ships have found and destroyed mines just outside of Kuwait's harbor. Weinberger added that the mines belong to Iran. It's the first time any U.S. official has publicly pointed the finger at Iran. Congress will be breaking for a month-long recess, and the president's special envoy to Vietnam will brief Mr. Reagan today on increased searches for MIAs. News Star reporter Carol Lynn has a preview.
Finally, a quiet day on Capitol Hill. The Iran hearings are over, and Congress will escape the summer-long glare of the media as they break for a month-long recess. Your representatives are returning this week to their district offices to talk with constituents about upcoming issues. Among them, confirmation hearings for William Sessions, the president's choice for FBI director, and Robert Bork, Mr. Reagan's controversial candidate for the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, families with loved ones still missing in action in Vietnam may be one step closer to finding out what happened. Today, the president's special envoy to Vietnam will brief Mr. Reagan. The Vietnamese now promise to speed up the search for nearly 1,800 missing American servicemen. This meeting begins a short work week for President Reagan, but it's an important week. Wednesday night, he addresses the nation in a televised speech, giving his impressions of the Iran-Contra hearings and detailing his peace plan for Central America. Then Thursday, he leaves for 3 weeks vacation in Santa Barbara, California. In Washington, Carol Lynn reporting for the News Star Network.
Northwest Airlines is taking some new aggressive steps to stop the sale of its free flight coupons from the frequent flyer program. A number of brokers are selling the coupons to third parties, and airline officials say that is illegal.
It breaks a number of laws in states in the business community of buyer-seller relationship. You do not have the right to sell something that cannot be sold.
The United States government, on the other hand, hasn't issued any laws against it. We pay taxes. We're a legitimate business. We're with the Chamber of Commerce. There's nothing that we do is illegal.
Northwest is handing out literature about the coupon selling problems, and certificate winners must now sign a statement promising they will not sell their free tickets. Turning to business news, a record number of people and businesses are declaring bankruptcy. Bettina Gregory has the details.
Good morning. Bankruptcies are hitting record rates. Since 1984, when the law changed, personal bankruptcies are up 65% and business bankruptcies are up 47%. Former Treasury Secretary John Connolly filed for bankruptcy recently on $200 million worth of real estate developments. Connolly said he saw it coming and tried for 15 months but couldn't refinance his operations.
Anytime you own raw land, and paying high interest on it and borrowing lots of money, and you can't get enough money then to go on and develop it, you're in deep trouble, and that's where we were.
Lawyers for A.H. Robbins and the Rohrer Group, which is proposing to merge with Robbins, will sit down in New York this morning to work out the details of setting up a $1.75 billion trust fund for Dalcon Shield suits. A spokeswoman says Rohrer is still optimistic about the merger. As Wall Street gets ready to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the current bull market, the Dow opens this morning at 2592 after slipping a little over 2 points on Friday. And Paul Volcker steps down this week after 8 years as chairman of the Federal Reserve Board. His successor, Alan Greenspan, will be sworn in tomorrow at the White House. And that's the economy.
Well, the time now, 6:39, 62 degrees in the Twin Cities. Still to come on Eyewitness News Morning, we'll tell you about a law that many Minnesotans may not be aware about when they go to Wisconsin boating. And it's designed to stop them from operating a boat while intoxicated.
All right, and later on, we'll meet some special men this morning in our Snapshots feature. They're called the Funsters.
At LensCrafters, over 95% of all prescriptions are completed in 1 hour. 95%. Because LensCrafters has a complete lens grinding laboratory right here in the store with everything needed to custom grind even the toughest prescription. Listen.
LensCrafters did it in about an hour.
45 minutes, just about an hour.
LensCrafters, quality eyeglasses in about an hour. Burnsville Center, Southdale Center, and Lomans Plaza, Roseville.
Hey, Cookie, more pecani sauce. This ain't paste pecani sauce.
What's the difference?
Cookie, paste pecani sauce is made in San Antonio with fresh vegetables and spices by people who know what pecani sauce is supposed to taste like.
This stuff's made in New York City?
New York City?
Get a rope.
Pick up the original pecani sauce. Pick up the pace.
Shop the Red Hot sale at Menards for a red hot buy on Glidden House Paint. Glidden Spread House Latex Paint is on sale now. It's a premium quality latex paint that goes on rich and creamy and dries to the touch in just 45 minutes. Choose Spread House with a velvety Duraflat finish in Glidden's most popular colors, on sale now for just $8.88 a gallon. When it comes to house paint, come to Menards for Glidden and save.
We're helping you build America's heartland at Menards.
It's the most thrilling musical spectacle this year. It's Drum Beauty 87. Hello, everyone. I'm Ruth Spencer. 10 of the world's best drum and bugle corps will compete on Monday night, August the 10th at Parade Stadium, and then on Tuesday, August 11th in Stillwater. Reserved seats are $9, and you can purchase your tickets at Dayton's ticket outlets or by phone with Visa or MasterCard. Just call 436-5028. Drum Beauty is presented by KSTP Television. We'll see you there.
A man remains hospitalized this morning after being shot by a police officer in a suspected raid on a crack house yesterday. Minneapolis police responded to a burglary call early yesterday morning. According to fellow police officers, rookie officer Scott Peterson announced himself at the door of the house and was confronted by 25-year-old Ingenio Gonzalez. The suspect allegedly tried to assault the officer, and in defending himself, the policeman shot Gonzalez. 3 arrests were made on the scene for burglary and drug-related charges. A veteran of the Duluth police force is scheduled to appear in court today on a charge that he stole money from the police department. 39-year-old Rodney Radish is accused of taking nearly $4,000. Money seized in a drug raid in June of 1986. Officials say the money was found in an envelope in Radish's file cabinet. The officer has been suspended and faces dismissal.
In Wisconsin, officials are getting tough on people who like to drink alcohol and operate their boats at the same time. Boaters are finding out that Wisconsin conservation officers are serious about enforcing their
This year, Department of Natural Resources officials have the tools they need to enforce a strict Wisconsin drunken boating law. They have the judicial system behind them.
OWI boating in Wisconsin is a fine of $150 to $300 for the first offense, and the judge also can order an alcohol assessment for that boat operator, and he can also order the individual to attend the boat safety program. Prior to that, we had nothing like that.
And wardens have the preliminary breath test kits, or PBTs, to establish probable cause.
On the river, we can't just have them walk a line like on a highway. So we've got to rely on other forms as far as determining the amount of alcohol by the use of the PBT.
Morning. Wisconsin Conservation Wardens.
It is legal to drink alcohol while operating a boat, so wardens have to look for alcohol-related safety violations like reckless driving. Even though the new operating while intoxicated boat law has been in effect in Wisconsin for over a year now, most boaters simply don't know its provisions.
I knew they were talking about stiffening the penalties and, more enforcement of the law. I don't know the exact specifics of it.
You get a fine and you can get your boat impounded.
To set things straight, boaters can expect an OWI ticket if they're above .10 on the breath test. And they can expect a hefty $150 to $300 fine on the first offense. In Minnesota, they'd lose boating privileges for a year. Beyond the first offense, drunk boaters can expect a felony charge filed against them, a law which warns drinking boaters to beware.
The time right now is 6:44 on a Monday morning. High temperatures and high scores were the rule of the last of Pro Golf's major tournaments this season.
And high expectations are rampant after the Twins sweep the A's 4 straight this weekend. Ed Cairo will have those stories after this.
Enjoy extra sugar-free gum.
You get extra flavor, extra fun, eat extra sugar-free gum.
Extra, the only leading sugar-free gum with NutraSweet, gives you extra refreshing flavor that lasts an extra, extra, extra long time.
Extra flavor for that extra long play. Extra flavor for that extra long day. When you chew it extra, the extra fresh flavor lasts an extra, extra, extra long time.
Extra lasts extra long.
Once again, Ricky D.
Thank you, thank you.
Baby, it's such a gas. Loving a guy like me with such class.
Excuse me.
Eddie, what happened? It just broke.
Hey, big shot. You better get that thing fixed or you're through.
Eddie, what are we gonna do?
Ricky, you got the record player at Highland, right? They got their own service department right in the store.
Only Highland has its own expert service department right in the store. So if you ever have a problem, Highland can fix it fast.
Lover, you're so impressed with my charm, good looks, and finesse. You love me, and I love me too. Hey!
At Wilkins Toyota, $39 down buys any new Toyota. That's right, $39 down at Wilkins Toyota delivers. A new 87 Tercel, $39 down, only $149 per month. A new 87 Corolla FX, Toyota's Pocket Rocket, $39 down, only $175 per month. A new 87 heavy-duty Toyota pickup, $39 down, only $149 per month. Wilkins Toyota, the home of the $39 deal. Dial Toyotas, Toyotas.
Whoever would have thought the Twins would sweep the series?
You.
Besides me.
You were right. The Twins are they're running away with the West. They swept the A's this weekend to take a 3.5-game lead in the division. Yesterday, they just unloaded. Home runs flew. Kent Herbeck, the first of them in the 3rd inning, his 27th of the year, gave the Twins a 3-1 lead. The A's squeaked closer. Then Tom Brunansky muscled out his 23rd of the season. The Twins' lead was up to 4-2. Bert Blyleven worked 6 innings yesterday, the beneficiary of all that largesse. It was Bert's 11th win of the season, maybe Reggie's last appearance at the Metrodome. There were more home runs, and the 6th catcher, Tim Loudner, hit his 14th of the year, and then Gary Gaetti got this one, his 23rd in the 8th. Twins sweep Oakland, take today off, host the Angels, who are closest to them, 3.5 games back. The Angels beat Seattle yesterday in tuning up for this Twins trip. Mark McLemore hit this triple in the 7th. Takia come from behind win, breaking a 4-run tie. The Angels beat the Mariners 7-5. They will be here, as we say, tomorrow night. Other scores in the American. California, they're beating Seattle. Kansas City over Boston. Baltimore beat Texas. Milwaukee over Chicago. And Toronto beat Cleveland. Then, in an outhouse to the penthouse trade, Cleveland sent Phil Niekro to Toronto. Detroit walloped New York 15-4. In the National, the Giants came within a game at first in the West yesterday. Will Clark hit this, 24th homer of the season, gave San Francisco the lead in the opening game of their doubleheader with the Reds. And the Giants went on to sweep the West leaders in both games. As we say, they're just a game back now. Other scores in the National. San Diego beat Houston by a run. Philadelphia in 14 over St. Louis. Chicago doubling on New York. Pittsburgh beat Montreal. L.A. downed Atlanta by 3. Mark McCumber tried to make it a 3-way tie. Great shot here, but he just couldn't do it. So 2 players who finished 72 holes of the PGA tournament under par, the only 2, played off. Larry Nelson sank a putt on the first extra hole, this 6-footer, putting the pressure on Lanny Watkins to sink this one. And it missed 4 feet to the right, and Larry Nelson picked up his first tour win in over 4 years, his second PGA title. The Vikings trotted out some good-looking stuff at the Metrodome last night. Quarterback Wade Wilson plugging into a little AC in a passing scrimmage for the benefit of the Vikings' children's fund. Later, Delaware rookie Rich Gannon completed another pass to running back DJ Dozier, the Vikes' #1 choice this year. Minnesota tees it up for real next Friday night in the Superdome in New Orleans against them Saints.
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Already.
You can hardly wait, right?
Well, I've got other things to think about, like the Twins.
Okay, I'll
We'll worry about football later.
You
All
said
right.
that.
Thanks, Ed. It's about almost 10 minutes before 7 right now, 62 degrees. Coming up, you'll meet some people who know how to cure sadness.
That's right. Their medicine is laughter, and they administer it to youngsters who are sick and lonely. Their story when we come back.
For over 20 years, Bradley Exterminating Company has been providing quality exterminating services for fine homes, apartments, and businesses. And now, due to popular demand, we've also developed a complete line of quality products for the do-it-yourselfer. All Bradley Exterminating products are easy to use and packed with exterminator punch to get the job done fast. When you have a pest problem, look for a Bradley display in a store near you. Bradley Exterminating Products. They work for exterminators, they'll work for you.
Available at Morlowski Hardware and Hamlin Hardware.
Kapitan, słusznie.
Oj, Vlačky. So don't miss the big savings at Highlands International Event. Going on now at all Highlands.
National event? Oh.
Highland!
Hello, you. We require big savings, please. You're welcome.
Well, there's a lot on sale.
Oh, oh, you slay me, brother.
Get this Magnavox 19-inch color TV with remote control, just $277.
This has 50 watts per channel. 50 watts?
And save on this Frigidaire 18 cubic foot no frost refrigerator, just $439.
Highland! We're Vlačky.
50 watts per channel, baby kicks.
Highlands International Event, now through Saturday.
You're mailing bread?
To my son.
Don't they have bread back east?
Not brownberry bread.
No brownberry bread? Well, what do they put their butter on?
No wonder folks in Wisconsin love brownberry, because it's the only wheat bread this moist and rich. Luckily, it's baked fresh near you. When it's brownberry, it's never ordinary.
This morning, you'll meet the new baby.
Joan London visits with her new baby, Sarah.
Also, Kurt Russell will show you New York nightlife.
And Kim Basinger this morning on Good Morning America.
Here. He's going to tell us all about the weather, kind of the humidity maybe making a return.
It's going to come back. If I got the stat for you guys this morning, we've had almost 26 inches of rain so far this year. That's 8.5 inches above normal. If we got no rain, the rest of the year would be just about average.
Absolutely amazing.
Stunning, isn't it? So far this morning, our overnight low temperature down to 62, and that is right about normal for this time of the year, our 62 for overnight low temperature. And sunrise this morning was coming up about, 6:12? No, 6:08. Good guess, Bill. Anyway, we're going to continue to see temperatures on the mild side for the next couple of days. In fact, warming up. We'll be very close to the average high, though, for today. Currently outside, it is 62. The dew point is 57, 84%. Humidity, winds are north at 6, and clear skies. Temperatures now across the Midwest are quite pleasant. In southern Minnesota, 62 in the Twin Cities. A little cool in northern Minnesota, 50 in Duluth, 50 in International Falls, and the cool spot is 48 in Warroad. Warmest spot around the Midwest, 66 out in Watertown, South Dakota. Some of that warmer air will be heating up and spreading in our direction over the next couple of days. High temperatures forecast for today, generally 80s across most of southern Minnesota, some 70s and a few 60s along the North Shore, but 90s to our west, and that warm air will spread in our direction. Real hot in the south and all the way in the southwest. A real warm temperature pattern for them, but again, spreading up into the Midwest. For this afternoon, here's a warm front. 83 our projected high, 68 in Duluth, 88, though, for Sioux Falls, and 95 forecast for Pierce. So a lot of warm air out there coming in our direction. Our forecast then for midday calling for a partly cloudy sky and about 77 degrees or so. Those winds will be pretty light, northeast about 5 to 15 for most of the day. They'll become east this evening. Partly cloudy skies still, afternoon drive, about 83-degree temperature. That'll be our forecast high for the day. Tonight's low temperature down to 65. That was interesting. Partly cloudy skies tonight. Slight chance of a thunderstorm late tonight into tomorrow, but I really don't think we'll see it. Better chance Tuesday night. Tuesday, breezy, more humid. And temperatures around 86 degrees for a high, and then actually Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday even warmer still. Temperatures up near 90 for a high and lows around 70, and a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms. So a nice couple of days, and then we'll turn on the heat, the humidity, and the scattered showers and thunderstorms.
I had no idea you could do fireworks with that little machine of yours.
I'm really happy about that, too.
Pretty interesting. I like that.
We worked on that.
Thanks, Bill. Yeah. It is now 6:54 and 62 degrees in the Twin Cities. Let's check on the traffic conditions with Mary Ann Sullivan at Metro Traffic Control.
Good morning, and we'll keep the green light on the system for this Monday morning. The Lafayette Freeway, you're going from 494 to 94. You will find a minor delay this morning. Traffic levels beginning to build and speeds are dropping. Same is true on Highway 61, and from Glen Road to 494, traffic is slow and go, stop and go through there, and that, of course, due to construction. Out on the Crosstown eastbound, Penn to 35W, the left lane, of course, is heavy for this Monday morning, and 35 northbound from the Crosstown, heading toward the downtown Commons. Traffic moderately heavy, and that continues to build. We are moving just under the posted speed limits now for most of the metro, and an accident-free system so far. I'm Mary Ann Sullivan, Metro Traffic Control, reporting live for Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Mary Ann. Here's a look at the headlines this morning. Jury selection begins in the court-martial of Marine Sergeant Clayton Lone 10 jurors will be selected in the espionage trial of the St. Paul native. Lone is charged with passing on U.S. secrets to the KGB through his Russian lover. That will go on later today. Federal disaster relief centers to aid victims of the Superstorm will open this morning. You can apply for federal disaster aid today at Washburn High School in Minneapolis, the Francis M. Grass Junior High School in West St. Paul, and the Osseo Junior High School in Maple Grove. Other locations will be opening later this week. A Stillwater newspaper celebrates its 100th birthday today. The Stillwater Prison Mirror is the oldest continuously published prison newspaper in the country. It was founded back in 1887 by 15 inmates, including 3 of the younger brothers. 200,000 pounds of hay is expected to change the luck of drought-stricken farmers in Luck, Wisconsin. Today, the hay was donated by fellow farmers in Alabama.
Little change of pace here. This morning in our Snapshots features, we're going to meet a very unusual group of men. They're members of the Shriners Funster unit, men who become clowns. They bring a very special brand of laughter to children who need it the most. They are brothers in a special kind of fraternity. Grown men who take the art of laughter very seriously. Their weathered faces are a canvas of color and character, paint and powder. They put away their own worries for a night to tend to the worries of another. The worries of children who spend summer days and nights indoors. The Funsters, as they call themselves, are longtime members of the Shriners Club. They're men who believe very strongly in the healing powers of laughter, especially for the very old and the very young.
And these kids here in the hospital are great. You look and you see a smile on every one of their faces. Some of the kids out here in the show tonight had just gotten out of surgery today, and they still came up with a smile.
These are the moments the men wait for, the times when the funny man with the funny smile can turn a child's world around.
You think about it for a long time after, and you realize how fortunate you are. They want to hug you, they don't want to leave you. But you know that you've been with them.
I'm Wendy Lubovich, a Snapshot, August 1987. Very special group of men, indeed.
Yeah, they are. You know, that group raises over $1 million a day for charity.
Do they really? I didn't realize
they do.
that.
It's the largest single contributor to charities of that kind in this country. It's fantastic. Then they do that on the side. Well, competition continues today in sports in the Pan Am Games at Indianapolis. The Vikings' work week at Mankato includes some semblance of preparation for New Orleans. They open the exhibition season against the Saints Friday night, and the Twins have today off, but they will host the California Angels at the Metrodome tomorrow night, the first of a 3-game series. Bob?
All right.
Or Bill? Or
well,
somebody?
Let's do the weather anyway. You know, this
right.
weather's going to put a smile on your face today. If you liked yesterday, you will like today. We'll have temperatures nearly the same, lower 80s for highs, partly cloudy skies in the afternoon, and again, pretty light winds. So not a bad day coming up. Bob, Wendy?
Okay, I'll take it this time.
Okay.
Did you know that only 10% of our nation's children can qualify for the Presidential Fitness Award, and that 1/3 of the children in this country are overweight? Physical fitness is very popular among adults, but not among children. Today at 9 on Twin Cities Live, overweight children, how to battle the problem and how to keep your child from becoming overweight. That's at 9 o'clock on Twin Cities Live, and I hope you'll join me.
All right. And before we close, just a reminder about the Eyewitness News tip line. If you see news happening, please call us and let us know. The number is 5TV News, an easy number to remember, 588-6397. Well, that's about it for this Monday edition of Eyewitness News Morning. Good Morning America is up next.
And please stay tuned for news updates at 7:25 and 8:25. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Mark Sapelsa and Angela Astor on Minnesota's News Channel.
The headlines: 200,000 gold and coal miners in South Africa have gone on strike for higher wages.
Special Prosecutor Lawrence Walsh says he will